What's going on, Jeromes? So, quarterbacks is going to be extremely interesting this year in the draft. Potentially one of the deepest quarterback classes in NFL history. 4, 5, 6 quarterbacks in the first round, maybe 7, 8, 9 in the top 100. We shall certainly see. And a guy who has been interesting has been JJ McCarthy, where you look at the draft community, draft Twitter, sort of down on JJ McCarthy. Oh, his run first offense. Oh, didn't put up big stats, but I mean, reportedly, again, never really know this time of year, but reportedly NFL teams are allegedly much more enamored by McCarthy than the general public is, because he's young, you're betting on traits, he's got mobility, throws with accuracy at times, all that stuff, right? So a big-time connection has been the Denver Broncos, who just released a Russell Wilson connection with J.J. McCarthy. Stupid-ass Sean Payton wants his quarterback of the future, but the Broncos draft number 12. And you know who drafts number 11? Your Minnesota Vikings. Now, yeah, all the talk about McCown and Drake May going way back like chiropractic. But McCarthy, so we said this a bunch. Like, there's a lot of quarterbacks that I'm sure Kevin O'Connell sees himself in, where O'Connell was a third-round pick back in the day. We already used that. Out of San Diego State. Big-time arm, tall, mobility, and all that stuff. Just never got the time of day. But it's like, I'm sure in the back of O'Connell's mind, like, he has the offense, like, in the file. Like, it's a terabyte in the back of his mind. It's like, hey, this would have been the perfect offense for me. These are the plays and concepts that I like, and now we'll put it out to you, the people, my protege, my quarterback of the future. He's like hockey parents, just living out their unfulfilled dreams through their progeny. It's going to happen with Kevin O'Connell and or Drake May and or JJ McCarthy and or Jaden Daniels. It's going to be good, man. But, yes, the Vikings picking at 11. Woo, could make this happen. Our guy Eli Corbett has been on one. This looks good. It's the perfect meshing of the modern overhead shots and also McCarthy. Just looking good in purple. Hey, Tristan Jackson, we need to have a conversation. All right. What's your favorite charity? Because JJ is taking over Dynamite and, of course, the JJ to JJ connections. But what's interesting is, so Destin Adams, Colts beat writer over at A to Z Sports, said this, quote, I've been told by multiple people I trust around the league that teams interested in trading up for J.J. McCarthy are operating with the thought that they have to jump the Vikings, who select number 11. Now, yes, I think that is pretty straightforward, but it's certainly been talked about, certainly been bandied about, and I think it's legit, where I would be willing to wager a significant amount of money that J.J. McCarthy goes top 10, maybe even top 5. I mean, there's even speculation now that McCarthy could break into the big 3, which I still see as May, Williams, and Daniels win-play show, probably Caleb Williams up at the top, but could McCarthy swap out for Daniels? Could McCarthy swap out for May? It's possible. Things do get crazy, but in a world where everyone just sticks and picks, I could see McCarthy getting to the Vikings at 11, but I think teams are going to have to make a move. Number one, you look at the Broncos at 12. Obviously, you have stupid-ass Sean Payton enamored with J.J. McCarthy, reportedly. And then you got the Raiders at 13. Hey, we're good with Aiden O'Connell. No, you're not. Now, yes, they could wait until round 2, maybe pick up Nix or Penix or Rattler or whatever. But if they want to get in the McCarthy business, they're going to have to jump the Vikings. The Steelers, I'm not completely sold at 20, that they're in with Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph. The Bucs at 26, if they don't work out something with Baker. Now, that starts to be a major jump up from the 20s, head into the top 10. So I think the major ones to watch are the Broncos at 12 and the Raiders at 13. Now, Kwesi knows this. And that's the thing, too, where it's like, well, hey, how come the Vikings are going up from 11 to get J.J. McCarthy? Why can't they just stick and pick? Because they're worried that a team will jump them in line. And that's the major concern. That's why it's like when 2017, when the Bears were at 3, the Niners were at 2, and the Niners like, but you better trade up to 2, otherwise we'll trade to someone else. And then the Bears did that, and they took Mitchell Trubisky-Ponder instead of Patrick Mahomes. No big deal. But here, I think the sweet spot is probably going to be 5 with the Chargers, because say it goes quarterback 1, 2, 3. Williams, Daniels, May, whatever order. 1, 2, 3. I don't think that Arizona moves at 4 because I think that they want to be in the wide receiver 1 business. So the Chargers at 5 is interesting because they're not going to do business with the Broncos. They're not going to do business in division with the Raiders. Frankly, I think that they would get a kick out of screwing over their division rivals. Also, what the Chargers need at 5, they could still certainly get at 11, whether it's a wide receiver, whether it's a tackle, whether it's whatever. So they can do that and pick up draft capital. I think they got it made in the shade. But a spot to watch, too. Say the Vikings don't move. Kwesi and the team has to know that teams are looking to leapfrog them. So I think they would behoove them to move up if they deem that JJ McCarthy is the guy. But a place to watch if the Vikings don't move and just hope and pray that JJ gets to them at 11 is the Bears at 9. Where the Bears, so Ryan Poles has been very open about moving and all that stuff, and they're probably not going to get what they want in a Justin Fields trade. And if they stick and pick and take Williams at 1, moving down from 9, I mean, they certainly could be in business. Plus, if they move down from 9 to 12 or 13, that's not too big of a jump. And they're similar to the Chargers where, hey, is a very good offensive tackle as well as edge rusher as well as wide receiver class. So, I mean, they could move down, still get their guy, and get a buttload of draft capital because they would have leverage over the Broncos and the Raiders with the Vikings sitting 11. So, basically what it comes down to is like, hey, if they want to make it happen with JJ, I think they're going to have to move. And we got yelled at in a 7-round mock draft we did a couple days ago where the Vikings, I think we moved from like 11 to 8 with the Falcons under the auspice of the Falcons signing Kirk Cousins in free agency. And they're like, why are you moving up for McCarthy? Because you got to box out. Don't be like Charles Barkley and Dennis Rodman who just went for the ball. Just box out. Again, stupid-ass Sean Payton interested in McCarthy. I want him disappointed. I want him to have to roll with, I don't know, Sam Darnold. Why the hell not? I want him to be disappointed, as disappointing as the box office for the stupid-ass movie. That's all. But your thoughts are thoughts. Reportedly, if a team wants to get into the JJ McCarthy business and be dynamite, they're going to have to get ahead of the Vikings at 11. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.